welcome to God's 5 Minutes with Pastor Ed Wilson. Reach him at GodsFiveMinutes@gmail.com. Now, here's Ed Wilson with God's 5 Minutes.
Hello, friends. The Apostle Peter advised those of us who would later read his first letter in 1 Peter 5 and 8, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour, whom resist, steadfast in the faith." Scary words, aren't they? Who, after all, is this devil who is so dangerous, and why does he want to eat us? That question has intrigued and challenged Bible scholars all through the centuries. Peter was surely qualified to know. He had sat directly under Jesus' ministry throughout its entirety, and finally been anointed late in his life to write part of the Bible. So without trying to sort out all the possible answers that have been suggested to this age-old question, let's take a look at what we can learn from just what Peter wrote. One thing is that the word Peter used in the Greek, which is different from other words translated devil in other scriptures, is never found in the Old or New Testament in the plural form when speaking of evil spirits. That means that although there are many ungodly influences in the world, there is one primary diabolical force, master of them all, concentrated in its purpose to destroy. Since Peter said he can walk, we know the devil is a living entity, capable of making decisions and hunting souls. He is not merely the concentrated expression of the passions of human emotion, or the definition of all the negative things that happen in the world. He is an animated personality, and the devil has senses. Just as we can see, touch, and hear, the devil feels the hunger to devour. Peter's description of his character tells us how he uses those senses, like a lion on the prowl. Lions seek their prey by using sight, hearing, smell, taste, even touch. But the devil's meat rather, is not fried chicken. He wants to eat you and me, and he is as animated as any lion, skulking in the bushes while he hunts for a little antelope he can clutch in his terrible talons. So while you are listening to this, you can be sure the devil is somewhere, snuffling and looking all around us to see if there's any opening in our defenses he can break through to gobble up our souls. It is said a lion's roar can be heard for over 5 miles. It is one of nature's most horrifying sounds. Lions use it to paralyze their prey with fear. The devil wants to do that to believer. Before anything hurtful has even happened to us, he will stand straight across our path of life and with his great fetid breath hurl his challenge into our souls, saying many another has tried to walk this journey to heaven and had to turn back. You are no better. I will shred your puny strength and leave puddles of your blood splattered all over this valley, and I will do it today. Slashes from a lion's claws are very dangerous, for they feed on carrion, which is full of disease. The devil's lacerations on your soul can get infected and leave you with great swollen sores, even if by some miracle you survive his attack. A lion's great fangs can be up to 4 inches long, and if he can bite the skull, they penetrate from both sides. The wound is sudden death. No man has strength to match a lion. Lions have been known to decapitate a bull with one blow from that mighty paw. When he attacks, even his tail becomes a weapon, for he makes it as stiff as a rifle barrel and sweeps it in a great arc to knock down anything he failed to bowl over with his charge. How then are we to deal with a foe so implacable? For lions have no pity on their prey. We can't outrun him. We can't match his strength. We can neither hide from him nor outwit him. When the devil lion eats us, it means to devour everything good about us down to the last shred of soul and spirit. Peter tells us the answer, along with the other valuable information in the description of the enemy of our souls. The answer is to resist him steadfastly in the faith. For friend, faith is like a great anchor chain. You will find by faith this roaring, foaming adversary is helplessly chained to the side of your Christian pathway. If you stay in the middle of the road, he can only rage and gnash the air as you go safely by. Have you talked to God today?
You have been listening to God's 5 Minutes with Pastor Ed Wilson. Reach him by email at GodsFiveMinutes@gmail.com. Tune in next time to hear more encouraging thoughts from God's Word on God's 5 Minutes with Pastor Ed Wilson.